Hey everybody, if you offend easily, I'm gonna need you to crawl back in your cave, you Neanderthal, for the rest of the winter, okay? Because you're not fully baked yet. Alright? Plain and simple. Alright, folks, let's do this. Y'all, it's been a long week already. Oh my goodness, I hope y'all are getting more rest this week. I don't know if I think it's the weather. I know I could curl up and sleep at any given moment in time, all the time. So, yeah, if you're there with me, you know. If you're not there with me, good for you. Like, send me some of your coffee, because apparently mine's not working. All right, folks, what do we got today? We have the Ten of Wands in the upright position. This is, if you don't know by now, the Neon Tarot, which is why I'm reading it under black light. All right. Plus, I've got a little bit of blacklight makeup that I'm trying to figure out how to work with. And, you can't really see any of it. I tried. I tried to do something cool, I swear. Would have been nice. All right. So we have a Ten of Wands in the upright position. This is someone who's breaking their back, trying to accomplish too much. You're taking on more burden than you can handle. You're taking on more task than you've got the back for. This would be like the person who's being too stubborn to make multiple trips to the car for groceries. All right? You're going to wind up breaking bags, dropping the eggs, cracking some shells. It's not going to go well. It's going to be a giant mess. All right? I keep the cards shuffling at all times to keep the energy moving. Do want to remind everybody this is a cold reading, meaning I don't know you. This ain't about you. And if you happen to get a free reading out of this, congratulations. All right? All right. Oh, the Page of Pentacles in the upright position. We have a new apprenticeship, new beginnings, new start to a financial situation. So this would be like someone who's just getting the job or who's learning new trade and skill. Yeah, being a page. Now, if it had been a knight, this would be someone who's already established. But, oh, Lord, I've got my cards in a wet spot. That is not good. See, that's what I get for trying to put on makeup, because it was water-soluble stuff. Anyway, but we have, yeah, that Page of Pentacles is starting fresh, starting brand new, wet behind the ears, don't know anything. All right? And I noticed they're both in the upright position so far. It's kind of hard to say good or bad about these things, because it kind of depends on the card, and the card around it, and the card on top of it. But let's see. We have a reverse Knight of Swords. Turn to the upright so you can see it. Knight of Swords in reverse, an indication that someone is not putting foot to pavement, someone is not getting off their keister to do what needs to be done, someone who's not living up to their responsibilities, someone who's not living up to their passions, dreams, and ambitions. If you want it more, I'm going to say it like I used to hear another psychic say it, it's not going to show up at your door and find you. You actually have to get out your house and go find it, okay? Or else it's going to pass you by. So, get off your keister, go get it done. We have, Knight of Wands. All right, so this is someone who is in the process of learning things they should have learned the first time around, because we have a knight, not a page, meaning this is something you should already know, especially being wands. This would be like the spark of mind, the spark of knowledge, the spark of passion, the spark of will. This would be someone who's typically got something to prove. Seeing him in the upright position is good, because it means you're thinking about it. You're planning within your own emotions. You're finding that will, that drive, that logic, that rationality, whatever's motivating you. That's the word I want to use. The motivation. You're finding the motivation, or this is someone who is finding the motivation to do or prove. I really want to emphasize proving something. They want to show they're not just your regular average person. They've got more going for them. And the Nine of Pentacles in the upright position. That's good. So this would be the fruits of your labors, so to speak. Like, this is kind of like a harvest time card. What you invested yourself into is what you shall beget. So if you didn't bother growing your seeds, you're not going to get a harvest. If you did, then good. You've got some abundance coming to you then. All right. Basically, did you save for that rainy day? Depicts on how bad you're doing now. All right. We have, Ten of Swords in reverse. So I get the impression that you're not aware yet that you got screwed. This is like it's happened, but either you have not identified your enemy or you're not aware that you got screwed and that's why something's going down. This is someone who's lacking knowledge about a betrayal. The betrayal happened, but not the way you thought it did. Because the Ten of Swords, it's like backstabbing. I still think that the backstabbing happened, okay? It's coming off of the Ten of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So the Ten of Wands is usually someone who's picked up more than they can carry. Page of Pentacles, starting something fresh and new. This looks like someone who just didn't notice, didn't realize, didn't catch on. Someone who missed something that could have avoided a lot of their problems right now. All right. Coming off of the Page in the reverse. You know what? Y'all, I made a mistake and I get to account for it on camera. I identified this as a knight and it's a king. So being in reverse, we have a King of Swords there. That's someone who basically did it all the wrong way, did it forcefully, pushed a situation that probably would have served better by being nice or polite, having manners. This would have probably gone a lot better if you had just been gentle or not an asshole about it. So coming off of the Page of Pentacles and the reverse King of Swords, we have a King of Wands. Okay, so this is apparently lessons learned. That Page of Pentacles not knowing anything and a King of Swords in reverse, meaning a corruption of power or possibly a father-like figure. He, she, they, them, all, doesn't matter. But the Knight of Wands, wow, I keep mistaking my kings for knights. Your King of Wands is someone who at the very least gains that knowledge, gains that will, that passion, that drive, that motivation, gains that ambition, gains that which they lacked. So, whereas as the king handled things wrong, the King of Swords handled things wrong, the King of Wands learned a very important lesson they needed and would have suffered without. All right. Let's see. 10 of Pentacles in the upright position. So this is coming off your reverse King of Swords along with your Knight of Wands. Okay. And it's, side by side with that King of Wands right there. Right. So your 10 of Pentacles in your upright position, this is a abundance. This is like a happily ever after, except more like your financial happily ever after. Like you made it, you achieved, you accomplished, you succeeded in what you set your goals out to be. Just want to point out that Pentacles can also represent health, so this may be someone making a full recovery. And I felt a really strong message like I needed to say that. This could be an indication of someone in full recovery. So apparently there's a little bit of good news there. So with the combination of the reverse King of Swords and the upright Knight, and I do mean Knight this time, Knight of Wands, you accomplished something that you needed turned around, and or you make the point you were trying to make. Hitting your mark this time, making it to the finish line. Okay. All right, coming off of your Knight of Wands and your 9 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. Now, again, this is a he, she, they, them, all thing, but the Emperor is, again, the aspect of a father-like figure. And we've had a lot of kings and no queens, so despite the fact that I really don't like to use gender, I kind of seems like a guy here. So if we were questioning any kind of fluidity, this looks very testosterone. I like that. Let's not call it by gender. Let's call it by hormone. I like that. This is a lot of testosterone going on here, folks. Interpret that how you want to. The Emperor's in the upright position, so this would be the one who gains that knowledge, that wisdom, that power. The Emperor oversees. This is someone who makes it to like a boss, like an ultimate boss position. Someone who gets, again, with the whole aspect of get where you're trying to get to, but also evolve in the ways you want it to evolve. All right. Next here, coming down, we have a reverse Two of Cups. Reverse Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is usually a marriage card. Wow, you can't really... Oh, there it is. Okay. I just needed to look at it different. I see the faces now. You know, you got her face and you got... Let me see if I can sneak around the card. You got his face. Okay. All right. So that's coming off of your reverse Ten of Swords and your King of Wands. Now that you become aware of what? Your Two of Cups is in reverse, which means that it either led to a breakup, a divorce, or you're using it to part ways from a situation that you were not as bonded to as you thought you were. Okay? Either way, it's time to walk away. You're not getting anywhere, and apparently you know that by now. So I would say take this as a don't waste your time energy. All right? There's nothing left for you there. Temperance. Now this is coming off your King of Wands with your Ten of Pentacles. So we have Temperance, putting things to balance, putting things to the place they're supposed to be, having the confidence of self, confidence of motion, confidence of your own ability to know what needs to be done and to do it pretty much on instinct. Like, you know how to get it done. You know how to put things back in the right places. Okay. Especially with that King of Wands, like you learned, you gained, you're the master of your own knowledge and passion now. You combine what you know with what money you want to make, and apparently you'll get there, which I know that's like the obvious thing. So I can't really say that that's much of anything, but without knowing a specific circumstance, folks, that's the best you get. And if you want more, go find someone else. Okay. Told y'all I'm tired this week. Oh, Four of Swords in the upright position. Now, this is coming off your Ten of Pentacles with your Emperor card. So this is rest under duress. You may have made it to the position you want to be in, but making it to the top just means you have the most work of all. Despite what it may look like, it's actually not. It may look like sitting on your ass, but it's actually you're doing things behind the scenes, or this person's doing things behind the scenes you didn't expect. But that Four of Swords is rest under duress. Get your winks in while you can. Get some Z's while you have the opportunity, because you're going to need to pick up swords the next day when the battle commences once more. All right? So don't let down your guard all the way yet. You may have won, but your enemies are close behind and you only have a small window of rest. All right, next tier down, we're, reverse Eight of Pentacles, coming off of a reverse Two of Cups with your Temperance card. It's kind of like a little bit of a reminder that, that situation didn't work for you. Stop trying to go there and squeeze blood out of a turnip, basically. Normally, I'd see an Eight of Wands here, but it's kind of shaping it up with the Eight of Pentacles instead. Like you didn't apply yourself correctly. So that situation dried up on you. You did something wrong and now it's not an option anymore. Whatever that means. If you were expecting a job, because I'm seeing Pentacles, if you were expecting a job, you should have behaved yourself or something like that. Either way, stop trying to hang on, move on, evolve, grow, go to the next thing. Next. Coming off of your Temperance and your Four of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is a time for balancing your emotions, especially. Because don't forget that King of Wands was not far from there, okay? You did learn what you needed to learn. Now you need to feel what you need to feel. And you really need to listen to what you're feeling. I get the impression there may have been some denial going on up and until this point. And now it's really time to face that truth and admit so that you have less battles. Because remember, that's coming off your Four of Swords. So, especially with the Temperance, you're literally, before that Temperance, you had your King of Wands. And yeah, so it's like you learned what you needed to know. Now go feel what you're supposed to actually feel and cut the bullshit. Last but not least, the Sun card. Brighter days are coming. If you continue on the path you're currently on, you can expect sunshine. Sunshine coming your way. All right? So just make it happen. Get it in balance. Clean up your mess from the looks of it. It's not like you don't know how. Clean up your mess. All right? All right, folks, like I said before, I'm tired and it's about that time anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all scoot so that I can scoot. I got laundry to do. So toodles, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.